you may not know, is a day where we remember the fallen trans people who suffered acts of violence throughout the year. And each year, sometimes there's like an increasing number of trans people who die. Usually we would honor them with silence, but today I'm going to honor them with my voice by speaking about very important issues to the LGBT community. So I want you guys to imagine a scenario, first of all. If you had to leave your home right now for reasons of violence, threats, and safety, where would you go? What could you do? With a limited amount of money and few resources to rely on, being turned out into the streets would be the future for us. For many LGBT youth, this is the reality of their lives. Youth homelessness is a chronic issue for the LGBTQ community. According to a study conducted by the Williams Institute at the UCLA School of Law in 2012, almost half, 2 out of 5, homeless youth are lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender. Some of the reasons why LGBT youth make up a large percentage of the overall population of homeless youth include difficult home situations and lack of adult support in the lives of LGBT youth, which do not always hinge on their sexuality or gender. A study by the University of Chicago, for instance, found in 2018 that a multitude of factors such as domestic violence and poverty, compounded with family rejection due to sexuality and gender, lead LGBT youth to leave their homes. They also face housing discrimination due to homophobia or transphobia and a lack of protections of their housing rights. The National Center for Transgender Equality found that in 2019, 20% of transgender people experienced discrimination when finding a home, and 10% were evicted due to their identity. LGBTQ homeless youth also face specific challenges as a result of their housing status. Due to the harms from homelessness among LGBT youth, AB 307 Homeless Youth Grant Program should be passed. Today, I will address the effects of homelessness on LGBT youth's physical health and safety, mental well-being, and access to necessities affecting the roles in their communities, as well as some potential solutions to this issue. Let's look at some of the effects of homelessness on LGBT youth. To begin with, homelessness impacts the physical health of LGBT youth and makes them subject to violence. This refers to how they are often the victims of increased violence, experience high rates of STIs and substance abuse, and suffer from a lack of access to health care to assist with these issues. The Graduate School of Social Work at the University of Denver, Colorado, concluded in 2011 that homeless LGBT youth were 70% more likely than their heterosexual counterparts to engage in survival sex, an emergency tactic in which one resorts to sex work as a means to obtain food or other necessities. As with all sex work and prostitution, this is an extremely traumatic and dangerous matter to have to resort to, as clients have the potential to rape, assault, manipulate, pass STIs to, refuse to compensate, or otherwise harm the youth beyond the harm already done by having to experience this. An anonymous 19-year-old, the same age as I am, interviewed by Time magazine in 2015, recounted their experience of having to resort to survival sex as being incredibly dehumanizing. If you have no food in your stomach, if you have no transportation, but you have a man in your face willing to give you money for a half hour, you put your pride to the side. You throw everything out the window. You forget who you are, you forget what you're doing, and you learn to be someone else. Being in this constant emotional state of violence, inflicted by both others and the self, can cause other issues to develop. In addition to having effects on physical health, homelessness also affects the mental health of LGBT youth. Another issue that homeless LGBT youth experience is high rates of mental illness. Mental health issues can vary greatly. They include isolation linked to depression and anxiety, the results of trauma and self-destructive behaviors. A paper by the American Journal of Orthopsychiatry in 2014 states that homelessness is related to the development of future depression, anxiety, and disorderly conduct symptoms. Hector Torres, the Chief Program Officer at Center House and LGBTQ Youth Center in Chicago, was interviewed last year and described the process of how homelessness exacerbates mental health issues. He said, being expelled from their home only increases their feelings of anxiety, making it hard to concentrate on anything else, be it schoolwork or a job. The trauma of being homeless, compared with the youth trauma of being LGBT, leaves many LGBT youth homeless and unable to cope with their situations. Now we have seen how homelessness affects the physical and mental health of LGBT youth over time, but access to basic needs is a daily struggle that many, if not all, homeless youth face. Finally, housing situations impact access to necessities, which in turn affects their ability to attain education and employment. Due to unstable housing situations, LGBT youth experience a lack of sleep, food, and hygiene, and as a result are not able to focus on their academic and professional lives. A study conducted by the Silverman School of Social Work at Hunter College in 2015 found that a large obstacle LGBT youth encounter when homeless is access to hygienic facilities and rest, which includes showers, sleep, and food. Think about if you had to shower, if you couldn't shower before class every day, if you couldn't eat before class, how would that affect your performance? Jamie, a young trans woman, was unable to pursue employment after her abusive father destroyed her clothes and other basic necessities before kicking her out of her home. Well, she found refuge at a shelter. The process of how homelessness exacerbates. She described the difficulties and expectations she faced in trying to become independent. Due to my age, they're like, you should be working, you should be able to support yourself. And it's not easy when you don't have a place to stay, when you don't have clothing, you don't have this, you don't have that. And people try to make it seem like it's the easiest thing in the world. Now that we've discussed the harms from homelessness that LGBT suffer, let's discuss potential solutions. Some may argue that supportive grants for homeless youth should not favor LGBT youth in any capacity. Some may question why we focus on LGBTQ homeless youth when there are already services for regular homeless people, general homeless people, in general. What makes LGBT youth so special that they deserve their own specific services? Well, general housing programs can put LGBT youth at continued risk. A 2008 paper from the Association of Family Constellation Courts estimates that half of LGBT youth in homeless emergency programs are physically assaulted. They continued by describing Kelly, the 16-year-old trans girl, while staying in a housing program, was forced to use the open male showers since the program did not recognize her female identity. She was subsequently beaten by a group of men while taking a shower, leaving her with severe injuries, including a broken jaw. It is not a matter of favoring one community over others, but rather that LGBT youth who are homeless and are in the most danger overall. So how can we help create a safe environment for LGBT youth? They need financing and service programs to support themselves. AB 307 is a bill that would initiate a grant program to provide funds and supportive services directly to homeless youth. It assists all homeless youth, but specifically addresses the large population of homeless LGBT youth and their unique challenges, making their support a priority. Since the bill is currently in the California Senate, you can contact your Senator Scott Wiener if you live in San Francisco or Daly City, but if you live in another district of California, you can go online to see who your senator is. To support LGBT youth in other ways, you may also want to consider donating to nonprofits and shelters that prioritize them and can assist them in accessing safety necessities. An example of one of these nonprofits is Lyric, which I had an internship at over the summer, and it really helped me and other youth who are training from there. Due to the various factors impacting LGBT youth, due to the prevalence of homelessness among the demographic, including detriments to their physical and mental health and a lack of basic necessities, these youth need to be protected through a grant program which would give them the capability to get them back on their feet. As I speak, LGBT youth are struggling to start on the streets. We need to act with immediacy. Take action to help these youth so they can have a safe place to stay, a bed to sleep in, food to eat, and hope for the future. Thank you.